I have been working around the country teaching people how to begin to organize to fight back against all of these things that are coming at us. And I know that it's frustrating. I know that it's overwhelming for a lot of people. What's most important here is that we create an infrastructure, a permanent infrastructure from which to fight back. One of the things that happens to us is we get caught flat-footed because we're not organized in that manner, and something new comes down the pike. The other side throws another crazy program at us, and we don't know what it is. And we go, what's this? Where did this come from? What do we do about this? And it takes us time to even get on board to do anything about it. What I'm talking about is fighting back on the local level, right there in your own community. And one of the things we have to do is keep it simple. Now, let me tell you how we can build the team. The number one thing in building your team is research. Research, you have to know who your enemy is. And by researching, particularly like on the city council level, every community has their own development plan that's being put in place. There are forces that are putting these plans in place. They call them stakeholders. They're not stakeholders. You are the stakeholders, but they call themselves stakeholders. And you will see in the minutes of meetings and so forth, where the city council says, well, we met with the stakeholders. This is the target of what you need to go after. Who are they? Where's their money coming from? Who's their leadership? What have they done in other communities? The second thing that you need from the after the researchers are what we call the watchers. This is a team of 3 or 4 people who volunteer to go to every single public meeting and just watch and take notes, maybe record what's going on if you can. This is where you're going to learn who the main players are here. First of all, somebody on your city council is probably the main force trying to push these things in place. You need to know who that is so you know who to target. And we get down into building campaigns to get these guys out of office. I guarantee you, if you can get that one leader out of office, the rest of them are going to take a look at you and say, uh-oh, maybe we better listen to these people. So these are very important to have these people there as these meetings are taking place. You need to have people there. Don't do this alone. 3 or 4 people there can going to each of these meetings. They'll begin to learn who the targets are, who's putting these things in place. The third thing to put in your team is what we call the agitators. These are the people who will be your spokesman to go to the city council meetings, the county commission meetings, when they get those 3 minutes to address those looking down on them from on high, to address these issues. And what you can do with these people, the agitators, is they can coordinate their plans. 3 minutes isn't enough time to say anything. Don't all say the same thing. Have each one of them taking a separate point. The other thing you might do with the agitators is not have them all from the same organization. Maybe you'll have neighborhood organizations or something. Give them those names. Sounds like you're much wider in your reach, and that'll be important to them. The media team. I'm not saying that you have to give them a news release and expect them to publish it or something like that. But what you want to do is start up a conversation, a relationship with them. And don't make it threatening. Don't be accusatory. And just say, have you looked into this? Have you seen this position on this particular issue? Have you considered this? And you might want to ask the councilman if they've considered that, say that to the reporter. And if you begin to show them that you're right, you might be able to build a relationship, and he might, victory is when he starts calling you and wants to know what's going on. Just keep in mind that a reporter for City Hall, that's his beat. And if he starts to attack for no reason, he's going to lose his access for those people. And the other thing is, he's not going to get invited to the annual Christmas party. He's got things at stake here. So you've got to keep that in mind. We have people now across the country who are beginning the efforts to create their own newspapers. This is a powerful tool if you've got somebody who can do this. The other part of it is the social media team. This is a way where you can begin to communicate with other people right there on social media, get people to join you, and you can share information with them. And the other thing that we want to put together is working on elections. To get the right people into office is key to really controlling what's going on in your community. All we're talking about here is getting to know your neighbors, somebody in each neighborhood who's in charge of getting to know their neighbors and helping get them into the polls, helping them get information out. If you get effective at it, you'll have candidates coming to you asking for help. You now will be influencing the outcome of those elections. Find victims. Victims of these policies can be some of your most powerful voices. Take a look at the policies that they've passed, then grade the city councilman on that, how they voted for these things. And I guarantee you, if you grade a city councilman as a 2, for example, he's going to respond. He's going to deny that's true. And the interesting thing is that once he has done that, he has opened up the public debate for you. And now you can respond. Well, councilman, you voted for this. This happened here. This happened there. That'll get you some noise. That'll get you some recognition. Take an issue, maybe one issue, and that you're really concerned about, and win on that one, and then you can build from there. If you're successful in your community, other communities will call you and say, how did you do that? Focus on your community. Focus, keep it simple.